Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be doing what if Deku was the Hulk. We had some confusion in the last video of, Deku being World Breaker Hulk, so let me go ahead and clear this up. All Might was using, 30% of his power at the climax of that fight. I'm sorry I did not clear that up. And don't forget about the challenge, guys. If you find the All Might action figure, you will be entered in to win a free shout-out. So yeah, if you watch this video till the very end, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And then while you're at it, United States of smash the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. If you hear the wind, that is because I am walking around my pool. I am very sorry about that. So yeah. If my dog starts barking, let me go ahead and pause. No. Kai! Oh, crap. Let's just kind of back off there. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's about to happen. Or not. Okay. Like I was saying, make sure to United States of smash the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. And, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So this entire time, this sludge villain thing never happens. I mean, it does happen to Bakugo, but, Deku isn't there to help in any way. So, Principal Nezu himself has been training Deku. Or not training him, but teaching Deku. And, teaching him how to, control... Really? Get. Okay, sorry. And, he's been teaching him how to control his anger when in Hulk form. And, he's been teaching him to, meditate when he feels angry. And, so yeah. Principal Nezu gave him a free invite into UA, but Deku didn't accept it. He wanted to prove himself worthy of getting into UA. He wanted to prove to everyone that he's not a villain. He will become the #1 hero, and he will do it at its best. So yeah, Deku aces the written exam. He aces it. And, Deku is getting ready to, do this. He's ready to destroy some robots. And, Deku is I'm going to destroy these things. I'm going to prove that I'm worthy of becoming the #1 hero and getting into UA. So, the gates open and Deku, everyone just sees this green idiot buffing up. This green, little goblin buffing up. And Ida's what the? Where have I seen that before? No matter. It seems to be just a normal And then Deku launches almost a mile into the air. And then, when he hits the ground, it, creates this humongous, crater in the ground. Destroying, maybe 20 robots. And maybe almost injuring 3 people. So Deku grabs the people who almost got injured, and he brought them, and he jumped back into the air, not as high, landed, and brought them to medical robots, despite them needing any, medical attention. Then he jumps back into the air, and lands on top of a robot, and with one hit, he, slammed his fist straight through its motherboard, and pulled its, core straight out of it. And then crushed it, and then threw it at another robot, staggering the robot. And then Deku, like, jumped to the next robot, grabbed it, and then slammed it into the ground, and then just kept slamming it, like, boom, 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 and just kept slamming it, and kept slamming it, like, boom, boom, boom. And then he threw it at another robot, destroying that robot. And then another robot went in to grab his arm, but he grabbed its arm, pulled it off, and just whacked it like a whack-a-mole. Like, he just kept on whacking it. Like, he used its arm to just whack-a-mole it. And boom, boom, boom. And then he grabbed that robot and smashed it into the ground. And then he jumped up into the air and came back down and, like, landed straight on it, destroying the robot, like, leaving the robot in pieces. Then he jumped onto the next robot. And the next robot. Then the 0 pointer arrived. And Deku was like, zero points. So he turned around and was about to launch at some more robots when he heard a scream and then turned to look and then heard a ribbit. And he launched almost immediately, not even thinking, to save her. And when he landed, he grabbed her and, like, threw her. He threw her, like, all the way to the gates. But she hasn't landed it. It's going to take her a little bit. So Deku jumps into the air. And with this giant punch, he destroyed the robot. And then he, like, landed on top of the robot and then, like, jumped, pushing the robot straight into the ground. And then, Froppy was still flying and she's, like, scared. She's like, help me. And then Deku caught up with her because he was, like, jumping and then jumping from building to building. And then he grabs Froppy, lands, and then sets her down on the medical bay. And then a robot, like, free-roaming robot, destroys one of the, medical droids, and then is about to grab, Froppy when Deku grabs the robot by its arm, crushes it, bends it backwards towards its head, and then punches the robot square in the face, launching it into a building, destroying the building and the robot in the process. And then another medical droid came and helped the other medical droid get Froppy to the medical bay. And All Might was watching, and he's like, this kid is stronger than when we fought. And he saved that girl. And he saved the two that, yeah, he did almost injure, but he brought them to a medical droid when they didn't even need help. Just because he realized his mistake when he was in the Hulk form, he realized his mistake and brought them to a medical droid just in case. So, All Might was like, this kid is a perfect one for all. Like, he's just perfect. He's the perfect host. And so, like, the Nezu was like, All Might, he's the perfect predecessor, don't you think? And All Might's like, yeah, but I don't know how Night Eye's gonna like this. So he calls Night Eye and he's like, Night Eye? And then Night Eye's like, hey, Mirio's here waiting for you. And then All Might's like, I kinda gave my quirk to a kid who has a almost uncontrollable quirk. And Night Eye's like, wait, what? Do you think I did what? Did I waste my time with this Mirio kid? Huh? I got him as a vessel, and you're wasting my time, All Might. You have to be joking. Get down here and give Mirio your cork. And All Might's like, since when did you have control over who I gave my cork to? And Night Eye's like, since when I got Mirio. That's when. Because I got Mirio just for one for all. And Mirio's just kind of sitting in the other room like, I'm a head out. That's what Mirio was thinking when he was just hearing a bunch of screaming into the phone. Like, that's all he said and did. Like, he just was like, I'm a head out. And left because of the screaming. And then All Might's like, I'm giving him my cork. He's not only heroic, but he has dreams. He wants to fulfill those dreams, despite having a quirk that can sometimes be uncontrollable. And Night Eye's like, ugh. Whatever, All Might. Don't come back to me when you need help. And then he ends the call. And All Might's kind of sad by this, but he's like, no matter. So when Deku was walking home, All Might stops him. Or Small Might. And Deku's like, sir, can you get out of my way? I need to get home. And then Deku remembers, wait a second. We're on UA property. Wait, what are you doing here? And then Deku gets into a fighting stance because Aizawa and All Might have been teaching Deku how to, and Gunhead, have been teaching him how to fight without his quirk. I mean, it was mainly Gunhead. All Might, made him work out a lot. Aizawa taught him stealth, and Gunhead taught him martial arts and stuff like that. So Deku gets into a fighting stance, and then All Might, or Small Might, is like, wait, I'm All Might. And then he's like, wait, what? And then he lifts up his shirt, and he's like, and then he explains his wound. Sorry. And Deku's like, oh, what do you need, All Might? And he says, and then All Might says, how would you like to get my quirk? Or how would you like to have my quirk? And then he's like, wait, what? And then Deku explains and then All Might explains his quirk. And All Might's like, I think you will be the perfect predecessor for this strong quirk and one of the only flames to put out, or one of the only buckets of water to put out the unstoppable flame of All for One. And Deku's like, oh, this is a huge responsibility. Are you sure I'm ready for it? And All Might is like, yes, you are the perfect predecessor. Even in your Hulk, even in your dark side form, you risked your points or risked your life to save others, even when they didn't need it. And Deku's like, alright, I will take this, huge responsibility, and I will make sure to use it to its fullest, and make sure that I become number one. So Deku takes one for all, and Deku's basically already in the peak condition for One For All, but All Might still has him clean up Omaha Beach. And, it doesn't take very long. So, Deku cleans up Omaha Beach. And now it's time for the first day of class. So, Deku's a little bit more ripped from cleaning up Omaha Beach. And, he walks in and, he sees Ida yelling at Bakugo. But he doesn't notice that it's Bakugo. But Bakugo sure notices Deku. And, Bakugo gets, what's it called again? Hold on. And Bakugo gets, Vietnam flashbacks from what happened the last time he fought, Deku. When he was 4 years old, and how he almost died to that villain. And, Deku doesn't notice him. He notices Ida, but he doesn't notice Bakugo. So, Deku goes to sit down, and Bakugo's he's like, "Get out of my face, you dang nerd!" And then he pushes Ida to the ground and says, "Stop annoying me!" And then he sits back down. Deku didn't notice this because, or he heard it, but he didn't, notice it was Bakugo. Because, Froppy came up to Deku to thank him for saving her. And Deku's like, "It's no problem." Froppy and Deku are talking when, this weird man, sits up, and he's, in a yellow caterpillar costume. And then the person says, "It took you 10 seconds to shut up. Put your gym uniforms on and meet me outside." And, Deku kind of turns green a little bit because he doesn't like being ordered around like that. But he calms down immediately after hearing Froppy say, "He can't do that, can he?" And then Deku's like, "I don't think so. Unless he's the teacher." And then, Aizawa pops back in and says, "Last one there gets expelled." And then everyone just rushes to the, what are they called again? They're where you get changed. So they all rush to where they get changed in. Deku's, putting on his uniform, and then Kirishima notices how, buffed. Or not buff, but, he's, the size of Mirio, but a little bit bigger. He's, a little bit more muscular than, Mirio. So, he's, "Man, that dude's ripped." And then he walks up to him and slaps Deku on the back, and then he notices Deku turned, his entire body turned green for a second. And then Deku's like, "Do you need something?" And then Kirishima's like, "Man, how'd you get that ripped? What's your workout routine, man?" And, Deku is like, "Oh, just, push-ups, sit-ups, and stuff like that." And he's like, There's no way doing those, only those could get you that manly looking." And he's like, "Well, it did." And then Kirishima's like, "Why'd you turn green for a second?" "Oh, it's just my quirk. It activates when I'm touched. Someone touches me." And then he's like, "Oh, alright." And then he walks off. Bakugo is just kind of looking because he knows what happens when he turns green. And he doesn't want to be, Bakugo wants to be at least 5 countries away from Deku when Deku turns green. Especially when Deku turns green after seeing him. He wants to be like 5 cities away. So Deku is like getting ready, and they all walk outside, and Aizawa's like, it took you 10 minutes to get ready. And then they're like, sorry, we're so sorry, please don't expel us. And then he's like, shut up. How Bakugo. And then as soon as Deku hears the word or the name Bakugo, he turns towards Bakugo, and then Deku starts like turning really green. And then Aizawa cancels out Deku's quirk. And then it doesn't work like that. Deku doesn't get stopped by Aizawa's quirk. I'm gonna say that he can't. So Aizawa's trying to cancel out his quirk, and he's like, wait, what's happening? And then Deku's like turning green, and he's like puny Bakugo. And then like Deku looked away for a second because he saw Aizawa using his death glare. And then he looked back, and Bakugo is all the way on the other side of UA campus. And then Deku launches up in the air, and then lands right in front of Bakugo, and Bakugo's like, oh, please don't kill me. And then Deku remembers his technique to calm down, and he uses it. And then he falls to the ground. And then, they all kind of do what they do, because Deku was calm the rest of the time. He just couldn't look at Bakugo. And Bakugo had to be a safe distance of 100 feet away from Deku. So, everything goes the same. Deku gets first place on everything except for the ball throw. The ball throw, he comes in at second place with, 10,000 meters. And then Uraraka came in at first with infinity. So then, they come up on their next class, and they're like, I wonder what our next class is going to be. And then All Might comes in, and he's like, I am here. And they're all like, oh my gosh, our last class is All Might. Oh my gosh, All Might, can I have your autograph? And, they all start going fanboy. But Deku didn't go as fanboy, because, he's been training under All Might for a long time. But he still doesn't go a little bit fanboy. So, Deku, All Might is like, it's time to, you can't be a hero without looking snazzy. Put your suits on and meet me out at the, simulation city. So, they all put their, hero costumes on. And Deku's hero costume is just a pair of, gray boxers. No shirt, no shoes, no socks, nothing. So he walks up, and then Froppy walks up to him, and she says, that's a pretty cool costume, Deku. And then she looks at Deku's pecs, and she's like, his pecs are so big. And then, Deku sees her face, turning, like big pink, like she is, basically turning into a cherry. And then she, runs away. And Deku's like, I wonder what that was about. And then he looks down and sees his pecs, and he's like, oh, that's probably what it was about. And then Momo turns around and sees it, and she passes out. Like, basically every girl passed out as soon as Deku walked out of the changing room. So, this is so weird. So yeah. And then All Might says the teams, and the teams are Froppy, Deku, Todoroki, Bakugo. Or Todoroki and Bakugo versus Deku and Froppy. All Might didn't choose what the teams were because he would never have put Bakugo on the same team as Deku. Or not on the same team, but against each other. Because he knows that give Deku the chance, he will kill Bakugo. Because Bakugo is the only reason why Deku's quirk manifested. So yeah. Deku it explains the plan to Froppy. So Froppy will use her frog-like abilities to climb up the wall. Once she finds the bomb, she breaks through the window, uses her tongue to put throw the handcuffs onto Ida. Like, she'll use her tongue to, wrap around, Ida, and then she'll, pull herself towards him, or pull him towards her, or, kick him, bring him to the ground, and then grab his hands, and then put them in a handcuff, and then Deku will bring Bakugo, once he's basically killed Bakugo, he'll bring him upstairs with the handcuffs on, and then throw him to the ground, and then they'll both touch the bomb at the same time. So yeah. So one thing Deku didn't think about is if Todoroki and Bakugo both fought him. But Deku did say if Todoroki isn't by the bomb, to wait for me to be done and for me to get up to the bomb. And if I don't, go, head straight for the bomb. So what Todoroki does immediately after hearing how strong the first thing Todoroki does as soon as he knows that Deku is in the building is he freezes the entire building. Todoroki told Bakugo to jump when he hears ice coming. So, Deku gets into the building, and Bakugo's like, come out, wherever you are. I'm going to, give you flowers, Deku. Bakugo is not trying to get Deku riled up at all. But then Deku, all he has to do is think about Bakugo, and then, Bakugo! And that one word, Bakugo, him screaming out Bakugo was enough to shake the entire building, causing several walls to collapse. And then Deku just starts marching. And then Bakugo comes around the corner and sees, he peeks his head around the corner and sees Deku, and he's like, and then Deku, in a blink in the eye, has Bakugo by the head and slams him straight through a wall, and then jumps at him, uses, maybe 5% of One For All, and, throws, 10 punches all at once, straight into Bakugo's, abdomen, launching him through the building, into another building, and then into one last building, causing them all to collapse. And then, Deku, launches towards Bakugo. Bakugo's barely sitting up. He grabs Bakugo, slams him into the ground, flips him over, grabs Bakugo's legs, or not Bakugo's legs, grabs Bakugo's, arms, and then, starts pulling. And then he, puts his hands behind his back, like a police officer would, and then starts pulling them, and then slams his arms back into his back, and then handcuffs him, and then throws Bakugo straight through a window. Todoroki was just watching this, because he froze the building, but all the ice shattered as soon as Deku said Bakugo. So he was just watching that. And then all he sees is Bakugo flung straight through the bomb window. And then into one of the pillars. And then Deku jumps through the building. Froppy breaks through the window. Like, basically, Froppy broke through the window, FBI style. So, Deku grabs Todoroki by the face and slams his head straight through a pillar. And then puts his handcuffs on. And then puts the handcuffs on Todoroki. And then Froppy touches the bomb and they win. And that's where I'm going to end this episode off here. Don't forget the challenge, guys. If you found the All Might action figure, you guys are entered in to win a shout out. So yeah, if you watch the video till the very end, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And then while you're at it, United States of smash the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. So yeah, peace out, guys.